Dude, you suck at this game.
Whatever, man. Hello everybody and welcome to my new Let's Play. Not really Let's Play. Welcome to my new game I'll be playing. Now, before I get into too much detail, this is going to be post-recording. Like, I have to post-record it because Audacity sucks huge members. And didn't work. Just crashed after I finished the part, and that's why I don't like using Audacity anyways. With that out of the way, so that things aren't going to line up sort of with what I'm saying in the video, with what is happening in the video. So I apologize a lot, but hey, no, it's fine. You can still understand what's going on. Basically, in this video, I just sort of give a lot of explanation as to why I'm playing, which is what I'm going to do now anyway. So it's not like I do a lot of important stuff anyhow. So who cares? Okay, so the reason I'm doing this game is because XCOM has always been a strategy game that I've been interested in for quite some time. And I've always wanted to pick it up, and I needed a reason to. And I've been following XCOM through all of its iterations, watching people play it in the old ones and the new ones, and all the different sort of variations like XCOM, Interceptor. I played a little bit of Interceptor, a little bit of Enforcer. But I decided that since XCOM 2 is coming out in February, that I would go ahead and play a little bit of XCOM, a little bit, not a huge, lengthy playthrough, but play a few parts of each of the XCOM games, just to sort of get acclimated to it, see if I really like it, and if I really like it, we could do a playthrough of them. And it doesn't have to be the newer ones either; it could be the older ones. So, like, if you want to see a playthrough of this game after the 3 or 4 parts that I do this route, let me know, and I'll be more than happy to do it. I mean, this game seems pretty easy, but, probably won't be. Well, actually, I already recorded the first 3 parts, and I know it won't be, but it'll be entertaining. I promise you that, I hope, yes. Anyways, so, first off, I don't know if anybody in the internet here has had any experience with dealing with DOSBox and recording with fraps. Fuck. Especially with Steam DOSBox. There's a difference. I did not know this. Well, maybe there isn't. I don't know. I've never actually used the original DOSBox. And I'm not going to go into too much detail into, like, all this shit that I had to do to get it to work. But the short of the long of it is, I spent, like, 10 hours trying to get this to work. I spent, like, an entire work week. After I got off work, I get here to spend a few hours on trying to get it to work. Finally, and mind you, I haven't edited it yet, so it can still look like balls whenever I get in the editor, but I finally got it to work. It's recording the fucking program. You have no idea. Oh boy. So, like, I'm obligated not only because, even if I hate this game, I'd record it, because I fucking spent so much damn time playing this game. Oh boy. So, what I'm going to do here in the next few parts, and I do a little bit of this in this video, that's why I'm sitting on the UFO enemy unknown screen before I start finally 3 minutes in. I sort of explain how everything works, and I'm going to try to do the same thing. Right here, the screen I'm on now, and this is weird speaking in like this third person, or second person? Would it be second person? I don't know. Anyways, the screen I'm on now is the Geoscape. Anybody who's played an XCOM game knows what that is. The first step to any XCOM game, com game, is to establish a base. Good old size base, a base. And, so you just select, what I'm doing here is you just can select any location that's land, mind you. Excuse me. And you can build a base. And that is what I'm doing here. And I eventually, spoilers, select Italy and can't type. So the button's down there, with all the times, the numbers on it, with 1 minute and whatever, that has to do with the time lapsing, how fast you want it to go, which is important because that's how events happen over time. And then those buttons, with the arrow sticking out of the green balls as you rotate, zoom in, zoom out buttons. So, like, if you click up, it goes up. If you click zoom out, which is the arrow pointing towards you, it goes out. And zoom in is the arrow pointing toward the green ball. And yes. So, yeah, that's just me sort of explaining the controls. Oh, boy. But, this is only beginning, of course. There's a lot more to this game. And I end up making my base and boot in the boot of Italy, which is funny because I meant to type Boot Hill, and instead, and I don't realize it until later, I wrote Boo Hill. That's fine. But anyway, so this is me sort of explaining it. Now, I will warn you ahead of time that if we decide to do, I think I've already said this, but if we decide to do a lengthy playthrough of this, which I am not opposed to, it's going to be painful. Because I'm not good at this. I've never played a strategy game before, so I don't really know what I'm doing. So, I mean, it'll be an interesting experience, learning experience for me, and I'll try to keep it as entertaining as possible, but, it'll be entertaining, I'm sure. Anyway, so, not to toot my own horn or anything, but here we have the base. This base is pretty basic. The base here is, this is going to be the layout of any first base, really, but, here I'm sort of showing the different areas, and you could watch this cursor kind of go over each room, and you have to have, living quarters for people to live, general stores to store stuff, and laboratories to work on research, and the workshops to construct stuff. And then there's a radar system above my little hangars there, which you can imagine what the hangars are for. Now, I kind of explained this in the video, and I kind of want to get some other people's opinion on it, but a lot of people tend to remove the buildings the side of the access lift because of, spoilers, but I've never seen this happen in any of the playthroughs I've watched, but your base can get attacked, and based on the location of your access lift can affect how you're able to defend it. I don't know if it's true or not. I've never actually seen anybody do it, but then again, I guess I could YouTube it or something, but, I don't know, I kind of want to learn this stuff as I go on, but, I don't want to go online and look at different strategies or whatever. I kind of want to hear what you guys think are the best strategies, and I can try to implement them, which also brings up another point. If there's anything that you think I need to change strategy-wise in the game, and I think I bring this up at the later parts, make sure to let me know, and I will try to implement it the best I can, and, try to not suck as much. I don't think it will that much. I mean, after, I keep saying that. It's not going to be that bad, but fuck, man. just wait. Just wait till part 3. Part 2 is a little rough. Part 3, this is a little insider information, alright? You know some stuff about the episodes before they come out. That's am I blowing your mind? Am I blowing your mind? I'm sorry. I'll stop, because that must be painful. Anyways, you start out with 8 soldiers, which is a good number. Now, your Sky Ranger can hold up to 14, but I decided to stick with 8 because I don't like micromanaging 14 fucking people every turn. But that might change as the missions get harder and more aliens are there. But yeah, anyway, so I sort of, I can't speak English. I don't know if you guys knew this. Explaining the fact you can change the names. Change the names here, and there's a list of stats, which I think are pretty important. Time units will affect sort of how much you get to move and how many actions you get to take per turn. Pretty important. Stamina, I don't rightly know what stamina is. I think it's possible during the entire stage to wear yourself out, therefore making it cost more time units to move. I don't know this. I don't know. If you guys feel free to explain it to me, because I won't be like, oh, well, blah, blah. No, I'd be more than happy to hear it. Health is, obviously self-explanatory. Bravery will affect, sort of, from what I could gather, how much loss of morale you could take. Reactions has to do with your reaction to fire or someone walking in front of you. Accuracy and throwing accuracy is pretty self-explanatory, and strength has something to do with how much you can carry. And then I sort of show you that all the different names and stuff like that, which I butcher the name of. Now, down here, you see, for some reason, I'm gonna warn you guys ahead of time. Again, some more insider information. Dimitri, there are 2 of them for some reason. I don't know if I have 2 of them yet, but I will get 2 of them, and for some reason, in the fucking videos to come, I refer to him as Ometry because the D's and O's, they look very similar. Jeez. Anyways, that was the buy screen, and most of that stuff's pretty self-explanatory as well. Now, I don't know this for sure either, but if you guys have to research weapons before you could use them, I think you do. I don't know, but let me know. I think that's the case. Here I am, sort of showing off the interceptor. Now, what I'm going to do, like I said, you have rockets and cannons there, which is what you start with, but you could switch out weapons. What I'm going to do is end up switching out weapons here, aren't I? Yes? I bought 2 more soldiers, didn't I? Yeah. It's really weird watching myself play this game and not actually have a commentary, so this could be a little off. Sorry, guys. So anyways, I'm looking for something at this point. I think what I'm going to end up doing is buying avalanche launchers. Yeah, I'm going to buy some avalanche launchers, and I'll buy some missiles. And, by the way, avalanche missiles actually take up a lot of storage space. Not only are they expensive, they take up a lot of storage space. So keep that in mind when you're buying them. But they are very, very useful. Very useful. I don't like using the cannons because it makes your interceptor vulnerable, and the time it takes to get the fucker back is ridiculous. So, yeah, just put avalanche missiles on there, and then fuck it. And then you don't have to worry about it. You just destroy the bitch. It will crash it anyways. So here I'm putting up alien containment. That's so you can actually, hold the live aliens that you managed to acquire by, offering them cake and cookies and all that such. You find an alien and it's like, dude, I got these cookies, and they're amazing. You should just come to my house, which is my base, where you'll stay in a tube full of liquid for a duration of time. And I went ahead and built some more general stores. I don't know. Now, I mentioned this in the video, too, but you can hear it, obviously. But, see, look, Dmitry Kulatov makes a lot more sense. Anyway, so I mentioned this in the video, but you start out with a short-range, radar, and I'm always curious, like, whether I should build a long-range radar or not pretty soon on. Anyway, I don't know. So you go to equip craft, to step back a little bit, I went to equip craft, and that's how you put stuff on your craft. Like, you don't just start out with stuff, you have to put stuff on there. And what I'm doing here is I'm buying electro flares, which are basically your light for dark missions. So you gotta buy those and then put them on your craft, which I did not do just yet. I think I do here in a minute. But anyways, so we're sort of expanding here. So right now we have our base all ready to go, sitting on our boo hill or whatever. Some fucking idiot. And we don't have anything to do. Everything's all sort of set up. So what do? Well, we just elapse the time. Look at that. Oh, it's going like it's already dark. Ooh, that's quick. Oh, look at that again. I mean, this is how you obviously make the time go by. Oh, we didn't have electro flares yet. I'm an idiot. Idiot. I just don't understand why. I'll bring this up, like, whenever I get to the... whenever I get something, I'll bring it up. But anyway, so here is the graphs. This shows you the UFO activity. It kind of gives you an idea of where to send your peeps. Because you can't have a base everywhere, so you have to sort of watch your graphs and listen to what the peeps are saying. Like, do we have any aliens over here? ABC said we did, but who believes ABC? And then Fox said we did, so we're like, yeah, that's definitely not true. It's probably just like fucking Putin or something, or goddamn Korea. I don't know. I don't have anything against Korea. I'm just saying, like, Fox tends to exacerbate things, politics. Anyway, so there you go, graphs. That's how you find out where stuff is. And if you see, like, a spike in activity, you could send your interceptor out to go sort of check things out, make sure everything's okay, make sure no one's picking on each other, and if they are, notify the authorities, because, XCOM is the world's, tattletales. Alright, we got our launchers. Sweet. This is when I realized I named it Boo Hill Base. Because I'm dumb. Boo Hill. God damn it. Alright, so we're going to send our little interceptor out there. I'm a little sad that you can't rename them, because I think you should be able to. But that's just me. Because, like, you're going to get them confused eventually. You'll have multiple bases. As you can see, there's little brown squares on top. You can have up to, like, 8 bases, I think. Or 7 bases. Alright, so you switch to weapons. You can just switch to the number 1 and number 2 to Avalanche. It'll acquire its own ammo, which is very useful. I like that's kind of my strategy so far. Is like, well, I need something that hits hard so I can start taking these crafts down. And it makes things a lot much simpler than have to worry about getting your interceptor shot. Because if it gets damaged, you can't use it. When it gets back, it's like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm repairing. Like, what repairs? There's a fucking crack in your windshield. You can't fly the stupid plane. I guess it would be more important on a plane. I don't know. You know, it's like, fucking, there's a scuff on the nose of my plane. I need to have it taken out, so I can't, I'm sorry. I'm like, oh, fuck you, man. Oh, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So, what I'm doing here is I'm selling some, I already had an avalanche launcher, and I didn't notice that, because I didn't really look that closely at what I had. And I got rid of the cannon, because I sold it. I think that's it. You know, that's kind of how you supplement your money loss during the months, because at the end of every month, you'll get paid based on your performance from the surrounding countries, and that's how you fund yourself. You don't have to, like, just solely sell stuff, but selling stuff does help immensely. Because, I mean, you're going to need it. The upkeep on these bases gets kind of crazy. You'll see at the end of the month you'll get like $8 million, and then somehow you only have like $1 million left, and you're like, what the fuck happened? And you're like, oh, right. You have to pay the upkeep on all your like sections of your bases and all your bases and stuff like that. Yeah. But so like I said, I had some struggles trying to get this to work, and I mean a lot of struggles. So at the end of this video, I'm gonna put, why does Monday look like more dry? I can't read it. This is fucking font. I guess it is Monday. It's Monday. I'm an idiot. ADD. Hello, how you doing? Especially if this isn't synced up right. Yeah, there's 2 Dimitris. There's more ADD for you. I'm going to put at the end of the video kind of like what went wrong. Just kind of an interesting thing that happens when you fucking... the bug I was having trying to get this to work. It was something quite interesting. Anyways, here I'm allocating research, which you do by hitting the research tab, and I'm researching laser weapons, which I think is pretty important. I've also seen people research medikits first, which probably isn't a bad idea, but the peeps are expendable at this point. This is an experimental playthrough, so I'm not going to be too careful. It's just me playing a few parts. If I decide to do a serious playthrough, keep in mind, if I do, it will be with a new game. It won't be this game. It'll be something different. So keep that in mind. I'm on beginner, by the way, and that's the way it's gonna be. So like if we do a playthrough of it, it'll be in beginner. As you see, Southeast Asia has quite a bit of action going on here. North America and South America, stuff like that, nothing. And all the 2 or 3 playthroughs that I've seen, nothing ever happens there. Which I think is really weird. They always seem to like Europe, Southeast Asia, and North Africa. And Australasia. Australasia. They don't really mess with Russia much. They just like China and stuff like that. Ooh, we got our first UFO. It's detected, and it automatically lands. So this is sort of... This I always think was a little silly. I don't know if you can or not, but when you get the notification, it's a good idea to try to switch the time, because if you don't, this happens. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but you don't really know what the UFO is doing. If it's allowed to land, it might hurt your score a little bit, because if there are abductions, they'll be stealing peeps, or whatever, which is not good. But so, what you have to do here is, click the intercept button, or just click your base, select the Sky Ranger, which is the one with all your peeps in it, and then click the destination and send it on its way, which I end up doing in the next part. So I will see you in part 2. See y'all next time.